Concealed carry in 2025 has become more than just a personal choice. It's a fast-evolving part of American gun culture. With manufacturers in fierce competition and demand higher than ever, the market is flooded with sleek designs, smarter triggers, and optics-ready platforms that didn't exist just a few years ago. This year, only a few models have managed to rise above the noise and dominate the charts. This list is not based on hype or fanboy fantasy. Every pistol here has earned its place through real sales numbers, trusted user feedback, and performance that holds up under pressure. Whether you're into striker-fired compacts or featherweight revolvers, this lineup has something that's leading the pack for a reason. The #1 spot might surprise traditionalists, but the data doesn't lie. These are the 10 concealed carry guns that are defining 2025, not on paper, but in holsters across the country. Walther may not always be the loudest voice in the room, but in 2025, the PDPF series has carved out a market of its own, and the numbers speak for themselves. It's one of the best-selling concealed carry pistols for women this year, and it didn't need pink grips or gimmicks to get there. Engineered specifically for shooters with smaller hands. This model features a reduced trigger reach, a slide with less resistance, and Walther's signature performance duty trigger, which, frankly, feels like a match-grade experience in a carry gun. The 15+1 capacity gives you full-size firepower in a package that still rides comfortably inside the waistband. Its grip texture strikes the perfect balance between comfort and control. Whether you're at the range or pulling from concealment, it handles like it belongs there. The rising sales figures aren't a fluke. It's flying off shelves in major retail chains, especially among first-time female buyers who want something serious, not just shrink it and pink it. The PDPF series proves that good ergonomics and smart design don't need to shout to win over the market. They just need to feel right in the hand and shoot even better. If 2025 has a dark horse winner, it's this Turkish workhorse. This gun has been selling faster than Konik can box them, and it's not hard to see why. Out of the box, the Meat MC9 offers optics-ready construction, a 12+1 magazine capacity, and a flat-faced trigger that honestly outperforms many pistols twice the price. The slide cuts, forward serrations, and grip angle all contribute to a pistol that feels way more premium than its price tag suggests. What really makes the MC9 stand out in 2025 is the level of value it delivers. At a time when prices across the board are creeping higher, Konik drops a fully loaded package, extra mags, backstraps, even a holster, without cutting corners. Shooters have taken notice, and sales have reflected that surge in confidence. It's rare to see a gun from a relative newcomer go toe-to-toe with heavyweights. But the MC9 is doing just that. It's not just an underdog pick anymore. It's a top seller, and in some regions, retailers can't keep it on the rack for more than a week. This one's no sleeper, it's wide awake, and the market is following suit. In an era dominated by micro-compacts and red dot-ready slides, it's almost poetic that a lightweight revolver like the Ruger LCR still breaks into the concealed carry top 10. But it does, and not quietly either. Ruger's sales chart shows this little wheel gun continues to move in big numbers, particularly among experienced shooters who know exactly what they're looking for. The LCR is deceptively simple, but there's a reason it's remained one of the top-selling concealed carry revolvers of the last decade, and 2025 has been no exception. Available in multiple calibers, this revolver brings choice without compromise. At just 13.5 ounces, it's featherlight, snag-free, and built with a polymer aluminum frame that handles recoil better than you'd expect. But the real standout is the trigger, a smooth, consistent pull that puts many double-action semis to shame. It's the kind of revolver that doesn't fight back in your hands. While newer polymer pistols dominate headlines, the LCR quietly keeps its place in the shopping carts of those who prefer simplicity and reliability over bells and whistles. In a sea of striker-fired sameness, this revolver's steady sales prove one thing: old school still pays the bills, especially when it's built this well. When Glock released the 43X, folks nodded. When they added the MOS version, that's when things really took off, and it's been climbing the concealed carry charts ever since. In 2025, it's one of the fastest-moving pistols in the single-stack plus category, and for good reason. You're looking at a slimline frame that holds 10+1 rounds, fits most hands like a glove, and now comes optics-ready right out of the box. It's still classic Glock, no frills, dead simple, but with a modern twist that makes it feel like the 19's younger, tech-savvy brother. The MOS cut allows mounting popular micro-red dots like the Shield RMSC or Holosun 507K, giving this gun a serious edge for EDC setups. Combine that with Glock's reputation for rugged dependability, and you've got a pistol that quietly does everything right without screaming for attention. The trigger is typical Glock, predictable, a little spongy up front, but crisp enough on the break. Controls are minimal, and disassembly, you could do it blindfolded after a burrito. For shooters who want something slimmer than a 19 but more capable than a true micro, the 43X MOS hits a sweet spot, and judging by how fast it's moving off shelves, a lot of folks agree. Taurus used to be the punchline. Not anymore. With the GX2, they crashed the concealed carry market like an uninvited guest, and then somehow became the life of the party. It's compact, loaded with features, and priced so aggressively that even die-hard Glock and Sig fans are taking a second look. We're talking about a pistol that fits 13+1 rounds into a size and weight class that screams daily carry. It's got a solid grip texture, crisp edges, and surprisingly clean ergonomics. But what really turns heads is the trigger. Flat-faced, responsive, and clean on the break. At this price point, it shouldn't feel this good. And yet, here we are. Add to that a loaded chamber indicator, striker status window, and available optics-ready variant, and you've got a pistol that punches well above its weight class. Sales have shot up in 2025, particularly among new gun owners looking for reliability without wrecking their wallet. This isn't just a budget buy, it's a smart buy. The GX2 proves that affordability doesn't have to come with compromise. In fact, it might be the best gun you can get for under $4. And that's exactly why more people are picking it up and walking out the door with confidence. This little fella might be small enough to vanish in your back pocket, but don't let the size fool you. The Ruger LCP Max has quietly become a giant in the world of deep concealment, and in 2025 it's the top-selling pocket pistol by a long shot, chambered in 380 ACP and weighing under 11 ounces. The LCP Max manages to pack 10+1 rounds into a frame that practically disappears. It's perfect for those can't print no matter what situations. Shorts, ankle rigs, backup rolls, you name it. Ruger gave this pistol real sights too. None of that trench cut nonsense. You've got a functional rear sight with a tritium front dot that actually helps you aim in a hurry. The grip texture is grippy enough to matter, but won't chew up your side. Is the trigger the smoothest in the world? No, but it's plenty serviceable and easy to learn. And let's be honest, in a gun this small, you're not running USPSA stages. Sales-wise, this one isn't creeping, it's sprinting. Folks are grabbing it as their second gun, their first gun, their glove box gun. It's the carry option for those who don't want to think about carrying, and that's exactly why it's dominating the subcompact segment this year. This one isn't flashy. It doesn't wear a red dot or come with a free tactical mug. But the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus 2.0 has been quietly and steadily dominating the shelves in 2025, particularly among folks who want a no-nonsense, ultra-slim, everyday carry pistol that simply works. What makes it tick? For starters, that newly tuned flat-face trigger. It's clean, crisp, and makes a noticeable difference over the earlier generations. You also get 13+1 capacity in a pistol that still qualifies as single-stack thin. That's the kind of geometry that makes IWB carry feel like it's not even there. The grip texture is aggressive enough to hold onto during rapid fire, but not so rough that it chews up your love handles. It's just right, and the ergonomics are pure Smith & Wesson, refined, comfortable, and confidence-inspiring. Reliability is boringly good, just the way it should be. As for popularity, the Shield Plus continues to move strong numbers this year. A lot of buyers are choosing it as their first CCW, but it's also earned a spot in veteran shooters' rotation thanks to its blend of size, control, and clean performance. There's no gimmick here, just solid American engineering and the kind of reliability that makes this gun a long-term companion, not just a range fling. Springfield didn't just show up to the micro-compact party with the Hellcat. They kicked the door off the hinges, In 2025, the Hellcat OSP is still one of the top-selling pistols in its class, and for plenty of good reasons. Let's talk capacity first. This thing fits 11+1, or 13+1 with the extended mag, in a footprint barely bigger than a deck of cards. That's not marketing fluff. That's real-world firepower in a seriously compact frame. And because it's the OSP variant, you're red dot ready right out of the gate. Mount up a Shield RMSC or Holosun, and you've got a carry setup that punches way above its size class. Springfield didn't skimp on the little things either. The adaptive grip texture locks into your palm under pressure without feeling like 60 grit sandpaper. The sights are top-notch, bright U-notch rear and tritium front, fast to acquire and easy on the eyes. The Hellcat OSP continues to be a go-to pick for those who want modern features in a carry package that doesn't compromise. And yes, it's selling like mad, especially among shooters who want maximum performance in minimum space. This is not just a gun for today. It's built for the EDC world we live in now. Fast, sleek, and always ready. Some guns trend for a year. The Glock 19 has been trending since cassette tapes. In 2025, the Gen 5 version remains firmly planted near the top of the concealed carry charts. And for many, it's still the standard by which all others are measured. Why does it keep selling? Because it just works. The Gen 5 brought meaningful upgrades without messing with the Glock formula. No finger grooves, flared magwell, better trigger, ambi-slide stop. The kind of evolutionary improvements that show Glock listens. Eventually. At 15+1, it's not the smallest pistol on this list, but it strikes a balance that makes it almost universally shootable. Compact enough to conceal, big enough to fight with, it fits duty rigs, appendix carry holsters, or your nightstand drawer without missing a beat. Controls are simple. Reliability is boringly consistent. Aftermarket support, basically infinite. Want a threaded barrel, comp, dot, or light? The Glock 19 doesn't care. It'll take it all and keep running. Even with dozens of newer guns competing for attention, the Glock 19 keeps selling, because for a huge slice of gun owners, it still represents that perfect middle ground. Not too big, not too small, just right, and still going strong. It's not some obscure import or futuristic prototype. It's the Sig P365, and in 2025, it's still the king. This pistol has taken the top sales spot again, outselling every other concealed carry gun on the American market. Love it or roll your eyes at the hype. The numbers don't lie. What makes it number one, again, is that it didn't settle after the original model's breakout success. The P365 evolved into a full family, the X, the XL, the SAS, the Macro. There's something in this lineup for almost every hand size, carry style, and optic preference. The standard model already rocked the industry with 10+1 in a microframe, but Sig doubled down with modular fire control units, compensated slides, and red dot ready designs that feel like they came from the future. And yet, it still disappears under a t-shirt. The trigger is sharp. The recoil is shockingly manageable. The reliability, trustworthy enough that off-duty cops, instructors, and more than a few crusty old 1911 guys have switched over and stayed. This isn't some overhyped newcomer or weird wild card. You won't believe number one only because it managed to stay on top, year after year, despite the avalanche of competition. That's not luck. That's earned domination. Concealed carry in 2025 is more exciting and more crowded than ever. But among all the flash marketing buzz and tactical flexing, these 10 pistols are the ones people are actually buying, carrying, and trusting every single day. From budget beasts like the GX2 to refined champions like the P365, every one of these guns earned its place through real-world performance and hard sales numbers. This wasn't a guessing game. It's a reflection of what shooters across the country are choosing with their wallets and their holsters. Your favorite might be here, or maybe it didn't make the cut. Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your top picks down in the comments, and let's get into it. And if you're still deciding what to carry next, maybe one of these just made your shortlist. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe out there, shoot straight, and I'll catch you in the next one.